night with the Homebrew crew here on the Mustache channel. Yo! We're back.
Yo!
We missed last week because Monica couldn't make it, and at the point where the game is, I'm happier missing a game session than having somebody miss a game session. There's a lot that's going to be going on.
Wow, John.
Sweet.
Why am I offline? Now I'm live. There we go. Okay. Now we move into part of the key overarching story that's going on in North America. And will, of course, involve these characters, but will involve a lot of other characters and things going on. Their stories will take place in it. And you get an idea of what's really happening out there. We also will hopefully be moving a little bit into a side story that involves Monica quite a bit. And potentially Justin quite a bit as well, because spiritual matters. The first section was a bit more focused on James because it was in Boston and his setup.
Because I got a hoose. In Boston.
And here we go. We're just waiting for Justin to get back. So we can get going. Next week, if you're a Destiny 2 fan, next week drops the new DLC and a whole bunch of stuff happening. Our client is looking forward to it in a big way.
What you did? What done did you?
What's it called? I'm not going to be around, not this weekend, but next weekend. Friday I'm not going to be on because I'm helping my sister move up to Metuchen, but she's moving in with her boyfriend. So I should be able to be louder at night after that.
Well, there you go.
And then what's it called? Next weekend is Dystopia.
That's fine.
Is there any way where I can change just my color? Damn it, I don't want purple.
I just changed it.
Sorry, unless I got a time machine. What the hell are you talking about?
The chat color on Facebook for World of Darkness.
No, my channel. For some reason, it just blooped at me.
Oh.
Oh no, here we are playing. I must have accidentally clicked on something. Because it told me, sorry, unless you have a time machine, that content is unavailable. It's funny.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine. So next week when the content drops, I have told other people in the clan who have asked if I wanted to live stream the new storyline, whatever. I said yes I do, and yes I'm happy to live stream and to play with other people, but Fireteam Blackwatch has like the priority as far as I'm concerned. If we're all available on Tuesday, if we're all available, ready, I'm putting that live stream on, and we're doing it.
I'll put it to you this way, man. When it comes to I think one of the things that they added on, one of the things that's getting added on is extra vault space. Let me double check the time.
If you're gonna do it, at least capitalize it.
There you go.
Oh, sorry.
Changing everyone's nicknames in the World of Darkness chat.
Sheesh.
John is now Dookie Shoes.
I've been called worse.
I've been called worse.
Been called worse by people who like me less. So.
Oh, I thought
You've been called worse by me.
Pretty much. Hell, come on. Yesterday, please.
Honestly.
Okay. You know what? I've gotten this out of my system. What do I want to listen to?
Yeah.
I'm listening to Mastodon, so.
Okay, so according to the roadmap, the things that are going to get added on next Tuesday will be Crucible ranking, private matches, more vault space,
the new DLC,
multi-emote. Yeah, the multi-emote. This is not counting the DLC
wheel.
stuff. Yeah. The exotic weapon masterwork.
Yeah, not every single weapon, but
seasonal
a good chunk
vendor.
of them.
Yeah, I already told I already told him not all
Yep.
weapons get that. The seasonal vendor switches up.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, we get to
Exotics
see
are
what
also
the
getting like
what the new
Yeah.
Dead Orbit
yeah.
stuff looks like.
Yep. Heroic strikes get modifiers
Ooh.
and
Cool.
Nightfall challenge cards.
Yep.
Cool.
And I did manage to get over one character. My Titan has the entire Omega Mechanos set, and it looks badass.
My
Nice.
hunter has the entire Omega Mechano set.
I used to have it on my hunter, and then I was like, wow, this looks like garbage.
Yeah.
Now, you know what I'm actually going to do? When
What are you gonna do?
when the season when it goes live, what I'm probably going to do is take once I see like the expanded vault space, I'm going to log on as my Titan and pretty much take off all of the gear and put the gear in the vault.
Yep.
And then I'm going to delete the Titan and then start a playthrough as a new character, but I'm basically gonna stream that. I'm basically gonna stream the new character.
Oh, do you want to, John? What's your third character?
My third character?
Yeah.
Like in Destiny?
Yeah.
Actually, probably I don't know, my Hunter or my Titan, I'm not sure. I mean, my primary is my Warlock, and then I made my Titan second, but I think I play him the least.
Okay. Do you want to stream all Titans and go through the story and both DLCs and do that Blackwatch style?
Yeah.
Because that'd be mental as fuck.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. I'm totally down to like a 12-hour live stream. I'm fine. I'm off Tuesday and Wednesday.
Tuesday and Wednesday I work both days, but again, I'll be able to, be up till the wee of the morning because my sister's not going to be home anymore.
Well, there you go.
What happened?
So we could stream until literally the wee of the morning.
Yes.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yep.
Tuesday, the wee of the morning stream. Okay, let's get this shit underway. Let's actually start playing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. John, take it away. Mr. John, take it away.
So the party was invited to a sept gathering, hosted by the Wendigo. The Wendigo had something to tell them that was very important, and were willing to basically invite people they couldn't stand in order to do so. During that, things seemed to go quite well. They were informed that across the country, among other Wendigo and Uktena, so the Native American werewolf tribes, the lupus, the wolf-born werewolves, had just gotten up and left, or vanished, or been out of touch. Nobody could talk to them. Nobody could find them. They were gone. Then Logan, who is also lupus, a wolf-born, member of the Fianna, one of the guys who works and runs in Boston, stepped up to say something and was shot dead from like a long way away, like 2.5, 3 miles. Shots that we can't make now with the best of technology. So just so you know, and that's basically where we left it off. So Seamus, of course, once a lot of werewolves are doing things. They're running around. They're in the woods. They're securing their perimeter, quite literally, going out some distance. Things are happening. The little girl showed up for a brief moment and said things about how he's dead, and that's about it. And then something flew over, something about the size of a Lear jet in the night. They couldn't see it and you couldn't follow it. It was moving very fast. There's something flew over and headed sort of west-southwest. So it's kind of time to pack up and go back to Boston at this point. Seamus, of course, is heartbroken, and Logan was Irish. Logan was a Fianna. He's having a wake. We're going to do it right. And everyone who was Logan's friend will be there in Boston tomorrow night for a proper wake. And he actually gives Ice Moon Howl an address and says, if you want to be there, we'd be happy to have you. I guess I guess we're in this together now. And werewolf wakes, especially Irish werewolf wakes, are special. So you're in for a treat.
Nice.
Yeah. So a very subdued group heads back to Boston. When you get back to Boston, Gra, you're dropped off at your place with your party. Seamus, with Logan's body in the back, unfortunately, says, I will see you basically at my place tomorrow night.
Got it.
When you go in, Gunnar, one of the Get of Fenris, is waiting for you on your front porch.
Can I help you?
Yeah, absolutely, man. So we got a message from Prudence, that creepy little punk chick.
Aye.
And I just wanted to let you know that whatever you guys are doing, it's cool. She's helping us track down the leech problem and and their bodyguards, the Black Spirals, and we're gonna kick their asses.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard, but one of the Fianna died.
Oh, shite, man. That ain't right.
So he was shot from about 2 or 3 miles away.
He sort of looks at you like, what?
You heard me.
Okay, I didn't know that was possible.
It's an assassination. Probably the same guy who tried to off Mother Larissa.
Oh yeah, we heard about that. Listen, we're just doing our bit, man. But whatever you got to do, I want you to know we got our end.
And he holds out his hand towards him.
Absolutely, man. He shakes your hand. Yeah.
Thanks a million. Really appreciate it.
We'll keep up our end. You keep up yours, and we'll keep Boston safe, man. We like living here too.
Good. That's good to hear.
With that, he leaves. He gets in his car and leaves. It's fine. Nothing much happens. You're just there. The place is quiet. You know, the two spirits that run the place kind of seem sad. They liked Logan. He was nice.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually looking forward to seeing him again, which sounds weird, but you know.
Yeah.
And Justin, what rights do you know?
Let's see. Cleansing and talisman dedication.
Okay.
I know cleansing and contrition.
Okay.
So.
Okay. In the middle of the night, Justin, on your phone, on your interesting phone,
yeah,
Astra sends you a recipe for a rite. She says here, you might need this. You might a little text message saying you might need this because I don't think any of the Fianna here in town know it. And it'll be important for the wake, and it'll be our You can tell Seamus that since I can't be there, I have to go out to San Francisco. Consider it, and you, please, my contribution to Logan's wake.
Yeah. Just be careful out there. I replied, be careful out there.
Oh, I will be. There's, let's just say that the Wendigo aren't the only ones with problems right now. It seems like everybody's having problems.
Shit.
So, you do know, Diana, that the West Coast is a huge center for Black Fury activity in North America. I'm going to get really, really roasted by any feminists out there, but and I don't mean this in an ugly way. This is straight only in game. But basically, the Black Furies on the West Coast are the big motivators of the hairy armpit Lilith Fair type movement. You know, but you know, but
yeah. No, say no more.
There you go. The heavily empowered. We don't need no man to tell us what to do type. Usually, at the top of any one of those big groups, like the Lilith Fair and all that, is a Black Fury running it or motivating it.
Yeah.
And of course, it's really big on the West Coast because the West Coast is always known as being a little bit more edgy, you know.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So.
I see.
It's where most of the Black Fury power in North America is concentrated anyway, and it's what they're mostly into.
Yeah.
There you go. They're into the empowerment of women in a good way. All humor and joking aside. So yes, he sends you a rite, and it takes you a while to read it and get used to it. But it is the rite of, it is, what is it? I'm trying to look it up here. Yes, it's the rite of ancestor awakening. It is a Fianna, and it's known by 3 or 4 tribes: the Fianna, the not the Black Sparrow, sorry, the Fianna, the Silver Fangs, the Shadow Lords, and the Black Furies, actually, which is why you can have it. And it is a rite that allows the passage of a respected werewolf who dies to become an ancestor spirit, as opposed to passing into oblivion.
Got it.
And it requires this, a lot of the Fianna version anyway, which she sent you, requires the singing of his praises. It requires people wailing. It requires all the things of a typical Irish wake. Now, James, if you know what a good Irish wake looked like.
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, the traditional ones. So that sort of thing.
A bunch of people crying and wailing at the top of their lungs, and huddled around a casket, and a lot of Catholic prayers.
Yeah, pretty much after I finish reading up on it and everything, I go to Gru and basically be like,
"Hey, Gru."
Okay, Gra. Anyway, I go over and I explain what I need for the ritual on his side of things.
Lots of music, lots and lots of music.
Yeah,
and we are going to need a me guitar, a tambourine, a drum, some kind of drum to keep beat, and a couple of vocalists, which me, so.
You'll have to sing. You'll basically have to sing his praises and tell the tale of his deeds, which is fine. You don't have to. I'm not going to send you a thing of deeds, and that it's enough to know that you do know them. Actually, the little old lady comes over to you, Diana, and says, Don't worry, dearie. There'll be a band."
Good to know.
A message comes in from Ice Moon Howl. There's going to be a Wendigo honor party there.
Oh, fucking cool!
They're happy to be there at the wake.
It's good to know this.
And yes, this is where we're going to close out the opening story arc in Boston and move on. So the next evening, nothing happens until then. It's pretty simple. So the next evening, there's a wake for Logan. It's amazing. 4 Wendigo show up. 4 Wendigo warriors show up in full regalia, spears, feathered headdresses, like all kinds of things. They perform a dance that tells the life of Logan and his deeds. Gra performs, and a band of spirits actually appears in the room with a Cayley drum and lap pipes and fife, and everybody gets 100% horizontally shit-faced. Actual whalers show up from an Irish society that Seamus arranged. They're professionals who come to mourn people, and they wail for the loss of Logan, who is decked out very nicely.
John,
if you're wondering what Gra plays, he plays Johnny I Hardly Knew You by the Dropkick Murphys.
Damn right.
John, just as a heads up, Diana does not partake in any of the booze because even though this is a rite for the Fianna and such, she's not a Fianna.
No.
And thus, unlike the Fianna, she works better sober.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I'm like, maybe not. Yeah. The Wendigo also don't get horizontally drunk.
Yeah.
All of
They've
the
had-
Vienna get horizontally drunk, though.
Well, yeah, but that's
of course.
that's how they do the best things.
Absolutely included.
Exactly.
You actually get better as you get drunk. It's a Vienna thing.
Yep.
So, um, sorry, I thought Kayla was talking to me. Yeah, Malia, you're there somewhere. I can hear her, sort of breathing in the corner.
Yeah.
Yay! Your little companion is not around actually, which during this she's waiting outside because for some reason she doesn't seem able to come in, which isn't a big deal. It's not bothering you or anything. This is neat. You've never seen anything like this. Your people are very solitary. They're loners. But you're invited in. You're plied with lots and lots of drinks.
Yay. Wait,
Yay.
what drinks?
Like,
Alcoholic drinks.
yep, alcoholic
Like
drinks.
Vienna alcoholic drinks.
Yeah, mostly whiskey and Guinness.
A lot of Guinness.
Yep.
Like, more Guinness than you know what to do with amount of Guinness. Like, there is blood in my Guinness stream. Guinness.
Although they do have two kinds. They have the kind that will not really make you drunk because you're a werewolf and it doesn't really affect you all that much. And then they have the kind that they've awakened the spirit of, that a human would like take literally half a pint and be out cold for a day and a half.
Yep.
So, at the height of the rite, which Diane is performing, the veil thins very greatly, and this is when the band shows up, and it's a band of spirits. It's a band of old Vienna werewolf spirits, all Galliards, just like you, James, and all into your past. You remember one of them from when you were a little boy. The others are generations past.
Okay, bye, John.
What do you mean by John? I'm here.
Your mic cut out for a sec.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah.
So, and one is like hundreds of years in the past. And at one point, the spirit of Logan joins them. He just walks out of the mist and sort of smiles at everybody, and they get up and leave with Logan, taking him off to be with the ancestors.
That's awesome.
And he'll be a Fianna ancestor spirit from now on.
Nice.
It's a high reward, basically. It's something that only very respected werewolves get. Now, the night goes wild. The night goes fun. You wake up with various levels of hangover, and
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You actually are woken up by Seamus sort of kicking the sofa that you're sleeping on, saying, "You might want to come and see this. I don't like to be the bearer of bad news, but it seems like we're not getting much else these days."
Oh, what the fuck happened?
Okay, everybody's woken up, and you're all taken into Seamus's living room where he has 4 TVs going at the same time, and it's kind of spooky because everyone is playing the exact same thing. So you got Fox, you got CNN, you got like CNBC, whatever, and they're all showing footage of the exact same thing. They're showing helicopter view over a small town somewhere, and all you can see on the ground is piles of what look like torn up rags here and there all around the town. There's a fire burning off in one corner where a house was. The sound is down on most of them. He's got like CNN up. And we're getting first reports of what could be a terrorist attack in the heartland of America. And then it switches to scenes of military vehicles pulling up. Underneath it's like terror in the Oklahoma Panhandle, and you see guys going in hazmat suits, and all that's known for certain is that at 6 o'clock this morning, truck driver driving down Highway 63 noticed what looked like roadkill like along the side of the highway. Pulling over, he realized it was people. Death toll at the moment is estimated in the hundreds. And
Holy fucking shite.
He says, and Seamus's thing is, I have no idea what that is, but it can't be good. and I cannot contact anyone I know west of let's say St. Louis.
Shit.
Well, I mean, I can contact
Sounds like-
California. I contacted Astra this morning. She's seeing the same thing. But literally anything over the Mississippi River, for us anyway, has gone blank.
Sounds like we need to go west of the Mississippi River.
I'm worried to send you guys, but yeah, maybe.
Is this where we can find the so-called bayou?
The bayou's in
You know,
Louisiana, isn't it?
That's going to be a hard yes.
Okay.
Except that's way south of where we need to be, most likely.
And Seamus says, and while I don't know from personal experience, I do know from my forefathers telling me, you don't want to go into the bayou.
Okay.
Not a safe place for our people.
No.
There are things in there angrier, bigger, and meaner than even you or me.
Is that supposed to be a short joke?
No, that's supposed to be a short warning for a long-winded conversation. That's for another time. Because everyone likes to know, or everyone knows that Vienna are very long-winded people. Anyway.
Yeah, listen, I put in a call to Ice Moon, and he said that they can open a moon bridge to any of the Uktena seps in the southwest that they know.
Oh boy, oh boy.
And I don't know what else to do past that. So it's up to you. You guys have to decide what you think is going on, but we need to know. I need to stay here. Boston is my responsibility.
Oh, speaking
if
of
I-
which,
Yeah.
when are we gonna have that moot thing?
Yes, I know.
Is that gonna...
You know what? Tonight before you leave, there's only you and me left.
Aye, it's a fucking problem, isn't it?
Well, I'll see what I can do. We're getting thin on the ground, that's for sure.
Aye, and then if I leave, it's just you, and it's a fucking problem.
You know what?
Hmm?
That's why the assassination attempt in New York. It's the
Aye,
reason why the girl lived. The
aye.
bullet was designed specifically to take out Mother Larissa. That girl is not one. The girl is like us but different. So when it hit her, it didn't do. It wasn't for a kill shot, but it was enough time to get her healed up.
I mean, she also had a hole the size of my head in her back, so...
Yeah,
But still,
but I've survived worse.
That's
hit-
true.
what hit Logan? It was
Aye, that was
silver.
a big fucking bullet, too.
Well,
It was silver.
and there was some sort of technology behind it, because I've been hit by silver and lived.
I mean, I've also been hit by silver and lived, that's why I have most of my tattoos.
Could it
Yeah, but this-
perhaps be a bullet that explodes on impact?
Well, we know
So it
that,
hits a bunch of points?
but it also seems to be some sort of chemically altered silver that stays liquid. Maybe gets through the bloodstream a bit more, makes it difficult to heal, spreads out more. I'm not sure.
Exactly.
We'll have to find out. This
Exactly.
is stuff that I don't know anything about.
So we need to find a medical professional. That's one of us.
Or a metallurgist.
Aye.
Or a scientist. I'll put word out to the glasswalkers. There's still 3 of them here in the city. Which worries me, because there's 3 of them and 1 of me, but, you know, they want the city that bad. They can have it
Well,
messing
they can
all.
fucking have it. We've been here for fucking eons. They can fucking have it.
No, you're right.
No
I'm
one I
just
just
kidding.
fucking. They were supposed to say no one I just fucking pulled the shite I just did.
You know what? That's going to carry a lot of weight, though. That's going to carry a lot of weight at SEP meetings. Astra's definitely on our side, and has been a great help. We have to hope that things will go well. Whatever it is, we need to stick together. I'm going to meet with as many of them as I can. I'll keep you posted on what's going on, let's say in the upper levels of power. But information is power, and the more information I can get, the happier I'll be. Just to back up a little bit and step out of game, I think I should make it very clear what it takes to kill a werewolf, because Justin's the only one who's really played this game before. There are two kinds of damage in this game. There's regular damage, which werewolves eat like candy. It can't really kill you. It literally can't kill you. It can. You think of yourself like Wolverine from the X-Men. You know, bullets, knives, clubs, punches, falling off a building. You'll be a mess. You'll be broken. You'll be crippled. You know, you'll be smashed. You could break 100 bones in your body and rupture your lung, and you'll hate it. But every new round, you roll your stamina, and every success is a health level that you get back. And you have 7. You have 7 health levels. So if you're in Krenos form and you have like 7 stamina, and you roll all 7 successes, you go from dying on the ground with your skull split open to standing back up and not in a good mood. That's what a werewolf is.
Yeah. There's basically 3 types of damage. Bashing, which is pretty much blunt force trauma. Lethal, which is usually piercing, like
bullets, knives,
slashing. Then there's aggravated. That's
Silver.
usually silver, fire,
teeth,
or
werewolf
the
bite,
claws.
werewolf bite, and the claws of the dire wolf form, the hispo form, do aggravated damage.
Yep.
They're long, they're vicious. Vampire bites and some vampire claws also do aggravated damage. The difference with that is your stamina does nothing. You don't soak it. And it can kill you. However, even that is not a guaranteed kill. If you bring a werewolf all the way down his 7 health levels, he then rolls to see if he goes into frenzy. If he frenzies, he heals immediately a stamina's worth of health and goes berserk, trying to kill everything. Now, you can only frenzy if you have at least 4 points of rage, obviously, because it takes 4 successes. Unless you're a Get a Fenris, because they frenzy 1 point easier. They need 1 less success to frenzy. That's their thing. And yeah, that's what happens, is basically. And only if you fail that roll, or if you succeed it and aren't healed by the time the frenzy ends, do you actually die. So Logan, I made a roll for him when he died. He unfortunately he didn't get the roll, or else he would have freaked out and tried to kill you all. And if that had happened, maybe if you had survived it, because Logan's a pretty tough character, you might have been able to heal him, you might have been able to ride out the frenzy and maybe gotten some information and had him live. But he failed the roll and he died. And it was, more fitting anyway, I think. So than to have like constant Deus Ex Machina. So if you're ever getting into a fight and whatever that's what it takes to kill a werewolf. You guys are really tough.
Got it. That's pretty metal.
Yeah. So, we'll do the moot. Oh, by the way, aside from the actual moot and the honor points and the renown and all that sort of stuff, haven't been doing XP rewards, which I should have been doing. We've been done. This is our 4th major session. Let's do. You guys you get 10 XP each, which is about right. I would suggest.
Where do we record XP?
Write on your character somewhere. Just write it down somewhere. You're going to spend it right away anyway. I would suggest that you use your XP in the range of like your rage, your gnosis, and your willpower, because all of those stats are pretty low for most of your characters.
I just wrote it on my other traits, just like down at the bottom.
Yep, 10 XP. And XP is, I think, Justin, I don't have it right in front of me, but XP buy for stuff is basically the same as buying like with the freebie points. Isn't it?
Actually, it's a little bit different.
Okay. I don't have it right in front of me is the problem.
I'm looking at it. I can look it up for you.
Thank you very much. So to continue, yeah, Ice Moon Howl basically gets a hold of you, Gra, and he's like, okay, whenever you guys are ready, come on out to the Sept, and we're gonna have our moot, and then we're gonna send you wherever you want to go. I've been in contact with elders from the Yuktena septs all across the southern part of the states, literally from Louisiana to California, and even into Mexico. And they said, "Listen, you're all welcome to come. Silent Striders have always been welcome. The Black Furies have always been welcome. And unlike the Wendigo, the Yuktena got over it. Got over this stuff with the Fianna. You're not exactly their favorite people, but they're not gonna. They're not fighters. Well, they are fighters if they have to be, but they're more like mystics. And I mean, you know, you're not going to be in much danger down there.
Cool.
They don't know any more of what's going on than we do, but they're willing to help.
Got it.
Yeah, and just to give you a heads up, I found the experience chart.
Nice.
Now, mind you, this is from the revised WereWolf.
Sure, whatever.
So, cost of, here's how the things are. Cost to boost an attribute is current rating times 4.
Right. So if you have 4 points, it'll cost you 16 to get the 5th one.
Yeah.
Got it.
Ability is current rating times 2.
Okay, so if you have 4, then it's 8.
Right. So like 4 points in Brawl, it's 8 points to get the 5th one.
Yeah.
Got it.
To learn a new ability costs you 3 experience.
Okay.
Now, gifts. Gifts is level the gift times 3.
Right.
So if you want to learn right now, since we're all rank 2.
Yeah, it would be 3
much,
points for a rank 1 gift or 6 points for a rank 2.
Yeah. But also, you can learn a gift from a different breed, auspice, or tribe that is not yours. But the cost goes then to times 5.
And,
in other words, the more experience
and you have to run it by me. Like, I'm not going to say no, but it may become a story thing because gifts are taught by spirits, and you may actually have to go find a spirit to teach it to you.
Yeah.
Cool. So, like, let's say I wanted to learn, like, how to talk to spirits and shit like that.
Yeah, you would have to. You can learn it, absolutely, and it's not difficult to learn a Theurge gift because it's not specific to a tribe and it's not specific to someone who doesn't like Galliards or doesn't like Fianna. Like, if you wanted to learn a Wendigo gift, the Wendigo spirits would be like, no, fuck you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, to boost your rage or your willpower, it's current rating.
Yeah.
The cost is current rating. So if you got a willpower of 4 to go up to 5, costs you 4 XP.
Okay.
Gnosis is different because it's current rating times 2.
Right.
Gnosis is a bit harder because that's your spiritual tied to the Umbra.
Got it.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Got it.
Okay, and I have to figure out while you guys are talking. Actually, that's really good, Justin. No problem. You keep talking, telling them, working on using that because I have to figure out your renown scores, which was something that I forgot to do, and I need to just, now that I have it in front of me, we're just going to take a few things down here. Okay. This is not a pencil, Jordan. This is my daughter's eyeliner. Reach for a pencil.
Nice.
Greasy black smear across my paper.
Well,
she'll kill me if I wreck her eyeliner.
It is a pencil.
Sort of, but
it is a pencil,
but
just
she'll
not
murder
the
me
type of
dead if I
pencil
wreck
you're
one of her eyeliners. I'll wake up in the middle of the night, she'll be shaving off my eyebrows.
Spirit speech werewolf.
And for you, that makes sense. You live with spirits.
Yeah, I want to learn how to fucking talk to them.
No problem. It's actually not hard to do
if I
because
were to learn this,
Yep.
it'd be 5 points.
Is it a level 1? Yeah, it's a level 1. It's 5 points. Yeah.
Rank 1 Theurge.
Yep. There you go.
Or rank 1 Yuktena, actually.
Yep. All Uktena can speak to spirits.
Nice.
Uktena are one of the mystic tribes.
Hey, John, I want to learn how to talk to spirits.
Okay, no problem. Buy it. It's nothing. It's literally nothing. You live with spirits that can teach it to you.
I'm just going to add it and put 5 experience on my sheet.
Yeah. Done deal. Spend the rest of your XP too. It's no good saving it up unless you want to save it up for something big. Okay. Glory. Have you guys earned any glory?
And then, what is it
No,
for
I am all out. I could
abilities?
settle for honor.
Abilities?
If you want to
Times 2.
learning a new one is 3.
Okay.
Increasing its times 2.
Raising an ability is current rating doubled.
Okay. So let's say I wanted to increase my alertness. It'd be 2 because I have alertness 1.
Yep.
Got it. So if I wanted to buy 2 points, it'd be 5.
You'd have to pay 2 points for the. Hang on a second. It's 1 right now. The first dot would be 6 because it'd be 2, and then 2 times 2 is 4 for the third one.
Okay. So total would be 6. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. So I'm gonna do another point in ritual. So that'd be 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
And
Ooh, ritual. Oh, okay. Oh, that's a skill. Yeah, never mind. I thought it was the background. Backgrounds are different. Backgrounds are earned are roleplay only.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna get another one in athletics defines what? The ability to like run, jump, and climb trees and shit.
Exactly. If let's say I make you do a stamina thing to run away or to keep up with something, you can add athletics. If anytime you're doing like a dex and you want to climb a wall, jump a bridge, hide in a tree, whatever, you can add athletics to a thing, as long as it involves being athletic as opposed to, let's say, fighting skill or stealth skill or survival skill. If it's just raw training.
Got it. I'm gonna add let's see. You said it's 3 points to learn a new skill?
That's right.
Yeah.
And remember, it doesn't have to be on the list. If it's something that's not on the list and you think you should know it, go for it, dude.
Mm-hmm. For gifts, what was it, Justin? It was current skill times 2?
No.
Current skill times
gifts.
It's gift rating times 3.
Times 3.
Yeah,
Okay,
so it's 3 points for a rank 1, or it's 6 points for a rank 2, as long as it belongs to your list.
Got it.
Yeah. If it's not on your list, then it'll cost 5 for a rank 1, 10 for a rank 2.
Got it. So if I have a rank 2 skill and I want to go to rank 3, what was it again? 3 points?
Sorry, what was that?
If I have rank 2 skill and I want to go to rank 3.
It would be 4 points. It would be 4 points. Each point times 2 gives you the new one.
Times 2. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
The only thing that's a 1-for-1 is rage and willpower.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go. In that case, I'm gonna go with another willpower.
Oh, by the way, willpower can be used, right? And I think I said it early on, but I noticed it's something that but we haven't needed to. But willpower can be used to shrug off mind control effects.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you can spend a willpower point to like not do what you're told by a dominate spell kind of thing. You can also use it to guarantee one success on any roll.
Okay, so I'm gonna have 1 more point in ritual and 2 more points in willpower, and that'll bring me back down to 0 XP.
There you go.
And then plus now I know how to talk to spirits.
Mm-hmm.
Hooray. I can finally talk to the fucking spirits of my house.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God.
And they do. They spend the whole day talking to you. They talk about how they loved, how you were such a nice boy when you were little, and you were, they loved the music and how they, they missed having Garu around for a long time, and you learn the history of how they were originally guardians of a Crotan cairn, and the cairn, when the Crotan left and the Fianna took over, they learned to adapt to them because they're spirits. They don't have any. They don't harbor necessarily any ill will.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing. They don't hate you. They don't dislike you, and they're happy. At this point, they're happy that the Wendigo and the Fianna are finding a bond. They're not 100% sure. It's difficult for you to explain to them what's going on with the lupus and all that because it's not. They only understand things from a spiritual perspective.
Right.
Okay, so I have your renown scores set up, just so I know. All right.
Boy, oh boy.
So when night falls, you receive a visitor. A black-furred wolf comes out of the darkness towards your house. Because you've been around wolves long enough, you know a male from a female without having to check the undercarriage. She has red, glowing eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just sort of waiting, like, at the edge of the tree line. Just waiting sort of to be noticed.
Okay, Grav walks over.
Okay. Yeah, doesn't smell like a wolf properly, but when you get close enough, she starts shifting. She's not threatening in any way, but she does have red glowing eyes. She shifts, and it's Prudence.
Oh, okay.
She says, I know I spoke to Seamus, and I just wanted you to know that I'm going to help and we're going to get those other bastards out of our city. And I have something for you.
Good. Oh, shite, do you really?
I don't know how much Seamus told you. I'm sort of one of you, but I'm also not really one of you.
I kind of gathered from how you smelled.
It's more complicated than that. I was born here in the 1600s.
Aye.
And I was genetically... These are words that it took me a long time to learn, but I was genetically predisposed to be a werewolf, just like you.
Got it.
But, and you notice as you look at her, she's young. Like, okay, she's not young, but she looks like 15, 14.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's an itty-bitty little thing. But the punk rock look works for her, but she's nothing. 'Cause I was taken by a vampire before my first change. So I don't have any actual werewolf powers, but I am technically a werewolf, and I would have been a Fianna.
Those bastards took you from me.
Well...
How fucking dare they?
She laughs. You have no idea. After the deal I made with Seamus, after almost 400 years, I killed the fucker who took me, and I took his city from him.
Good. Fucker deserved it.
And I and 2 of my children, let's say, who helped me, are the only vampires allowed in Boston, as far as I'm concerned. I've seen vampire societies in other cities. I've traveled to them. I've studied them. I've spied on them, and
Aye.
Ugh, worthless pile of garbage.
I mean, I could have
Pathetic
told you
fools.
that.
Ugh, you really don't know. But here, and she gives you a necklace. This would have been a gift to me from the Sept back at the time, and I've had it with me for literally 450 years. It will not do me any good. It won't work for me. I never had my first change. Maybe it'll work for you wherever you're going. I've heard and I've seen what's going on. And don't worry about Boston. Boston's my city too.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
All right.
But a lot of people are trying to keep my turf safe.
She just smiles at you, turns and slips back into the trees and turns into mist. And just literally the mist just makes its way through the trees into the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gone.
So what is this necklace that I'm holding?
It's a necklace made out of what looks remarkably like finger bones.
This is fucking metal.
Yeah. You don't recognize it. On the back, it does have some Celtic runes inscribed in it. Oh, you speak Gaelic,
I
don't
might be
you?
able to read that.
You do. It says Luna's armor.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's a medallion. Basically, it contains the gift Luna's armor. You can activate it by spending 1 rage point, and it lasts for the entire scene. Luna's armor gives you a dice pool of 4 dice for soaking aggravated damage.
Oh, fucking sexy.
Think of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's metal as hell.
It's basically it gives you like a mystic spiritual armor around you that'll soak silver, fire, claws, teeth, that kind of thing.
I'd probably be crashing at Gruz's place.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I fully expect that.
Oh yeah, no, you guys just stay
crashing
there.
at my place.
Yeah, you guys are staying there.
And
No
when we
hotel
come
necessary.
back, I'm like, what's that?
Look what Prudence gave me. Isn't this fucking cool? I have no idea what this means. It just says Luna's armor in Celtic.
Let me see.
Luna's armor is an
I look at-
Arun gift.
I
Got
basically,
it.
may I see it?
Yeah, go for it.
Checking it out, given how it is.
Mhm.
Can I roll this to glean as much information as I can?
You
about it?
absolutely can.
Okay. It's gonna be, my guess. I know it's gonna be a cult. Intelligence cult. Okay.
Mhm.
Standard diff. John.
Yep. Oh, standard
Standard
difficulty.
diff.
Oh yeah, standard difficulty. Yeah, you're a theurge. This isn't really that uncommon an item. It's just not common in this time.
Yep.
Hey, Gross, never seen it.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4 success with a crit.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's not of the worm. Absolutely not of the worm. It is a Fianna fetish. It is a necklace of Luna's armor. It was commonly given in historical times to Arun warriors. And often it was given to them, specifically those whose job it was to face down challenges of honor, because they didn't want them dying if they fought with claves.
Of course.
It allowed basically Fianna and sometimes Get a Fenris and sometimes Silver Fangs, basically, when they fought, to fight with their chosen weapons, so like silver swords or claves, without too much risk of killing each other. But they're not used much anymore, basically. Because in order to make it, they have to be crafted from the finger bones of fallen heroes on a battlefield.
Oh.
Yeah. So, not a whole lot of call for that kind of thing anymore.
Yep,
I can
metal.
understand why this is old. I can understand why they don't make any of these anymore.
Why is that?
It's crafted from the bones of fallen heroes in the battlefield.
Suddenly this just got really unnerving.
Well,
Thanks, Prudence. Much appreciated. Wherever you are.
you mean the vampire gave you this?
Mm-hmm. She just kind of appeared at the edge of the woods as a black wolf with glowing red eyes and said, "Here,
Uh-huh.
I think this would benefit you." And she told me a bit about herself, which I'm not sure I should really repeat.
Uh-huh. James, John, I immediately start the rite of cleansing.
It's not of the warm. You can tell.
Still,
I mean, okay, yeah, start a rite of
a
cleansing, just to be
vampire
sure.
was still a vampire was holding still.
This is true. This is true.
She may have possibly could have been one of us, but she's still a leech.
Yep.
And I'm just making sure.
No problem. No, you cleanse it.
I would have cleansed it too. I know how to do that.
You cleanse it.
I cleanse shite around my home all the fucking time.
You cleanse it. You cleanse it. Actually, from what I told you last time, Prudence is a gangrel, so she's like a feral vampire, and yeah, has very little to do with the darker side of being a vampire.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah, being a werewolf,
you go.
you're more like, shit, came from a vampire? Kill it with fire.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
You cleanse it. You feel more comfortable having cleansed it, but nothing really happens.
I hand it
It
back.
seems to be a clean. It
I
seems to be
hand
a
it
clean
back.
item. Okay.
Grob
Now.
puts it around his neck,
Yep.
wears
yeah.
it proudly.
There you go. Okay. Actually, when you go back to the house, the spirits are like, "Oh, that's lovely. I haven't seen one of those in a long time."
I know, isn't it fucking cool?
So the old man
Prudence
comes.
gave it to me.
The old man comes in and taps that. I gave that to Patrick.
Who's that? I mean,
Patrick.
I know Patrick. Like, I assume Saint Patrick type of thing.
He laughs. No, I've never been like. I gave that to Patrick Goodman, and he was one of us. He was one of you. He was a Fianna who lived here. He was one of the first Fianna to live here at Tirnanog. In, I'd like to say, and he sort of goes over to a calendar and says, "I can't remember how human dates work." 1632.
About
Wow.
that's about 400. 400 years sounds about right.
Given that this was given to Prudence, who was supposed to be a Fianna, but then a vampire bit her before her first change.
I remember.
This was given to Prudence, so
Her father was Patrick. He was heartbroken.
I'd imagine he would be.
They set such a hunt that day.
Crowd just kind of nods solemnly.
Kidding?
need-
His daughter getting turned by a leech? Yeah. That'd definitely piss him off.
Yeah, they hunted.
yeah, just a bit.
They hunted the Black Souls for days through the Umbra, through the woods, through the towns. They dragged 15 of them, burned and boned and bloody, into an opening clearing here and burned them all.
That's how you do it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
If she gave it
now
to
that
you,
I can actually talk to you and understand you, did you see what I did a couple of days ago?
we did. We were very proud. And if Prudence gave
I'm
this to
so
you,
excited.
I think the idea is for you to be the warrior in this pack.
Oh, I'm more of a storyteller, but I guess I can try.
They have no full moon to send with you.
That's true.
And the little one of the dispossessed, she is strong, but it is not her way. And the mystics are the mystics. We should not put them at too great a risk.
If I have to bash some fucking heads in, then I will.
This will help you. And
I
okay,
imagine it will.
the next day, Seamus meets you at the Wendigo Sept, and it is time for the moot. Oh my! And again, there is a lot of tale telling. There's a lot of stories. The young Wendigo all have their tales to tell of their heroic deeds and hunts and things that they've done, and it's your turn. And you are led up, as you have been many times before, in front of the Sept, to regale them with the tales of your deeds. And basically to dare anyone to call you a liar.
So, I freed the spirit of Boston.
And they all
We went down and
howl. That's amazing. They howl. I actually have a listing here for it, basically.
we went down into a ship and we saw a book that was chained to the floor, and he holds up his left hand, the scarred one. I went to go lift up the book off the floor because I know what it is, and burned the shite out of my hand, and then did a little bit of magic worky shite, and got the book up off the floor, and dove back into the Umbra and fucking hauled ass, and two big fucking BSD motherfuckers charged through the Umbra, and there's the spirit of Boston, fucking the size of a 5-story building, going, "You're gonna get a Boston beat down tonight." Oh my god, it was so fucking cool.
And for your deeds, you receive. I got here. You receive 8 points of glory, temporary points. So below, when it reaches 10, you get a permanent one.
Okay.
So you'll notice on your listing, there's like two rows.
Mm-hmm.
The points you currently have are permanent, so you add 8 temporary points. You earn 4 points of honor, and you earn 1, 3, 6, 8 points of wisdom.
Nice.
And that's for all of you, by the way. That's for all of you.
Yeah.
You were all participating.
So, yeah. So those stats, those points again were.
You have 8.
8 glory, 4 honor, and 8 wisdom.
Hold up. Let
Yep.
me get to that part very quick.
That's fine. And then the last thing is, can we convince you, or have you decided, or would it be wise of you to form a pack? If you are going to be traveling together, if you're going to be doing things together, would it be wise of you and smart of you to form a pack?
Okay.
I mean, I think so.
What were those stats one more time?
8 glory, 4 points of honor, and 8 points of wisdom.
Yeah. Now those are temporary. When those hit 10, you trade them in for a permanent point. And when you have enough
So it's
permanent
8,
points,
4, 8.
yeah, 8, 4, and 8. And when you have enough, so let's say for the Galliard, the next thing you need to do to rank up is to gain 2 full points of honor and 2 full points of wisdom.
Okay.
Your glory stays the same. For the Theurge, to get to rank 3, 2 points of wisdom, 1 point of honor, and 1 point of glory. And for the Ragabash, basically 5 points in any combination. No, sorry, 6. 6 points, but in any combination. Because Ragabash do such crazy and weird things all over the place that they can't be expected to focus on any one of the 3. It can be very difficult for a Ragabash to gain things like honor, because they sometimes have to do things for the good of the Yaru that could seem dishonorable.
Mm.
Dishonor to you! Dishonor to your cow!
Exactly.
Not my cow.
Hang on a second. There may have been... Actually, there might be more, because I'm looking down here. Cairn activities, manners and behavior. No, okay. That's fine. Right. So they perform the rite of... well, there's a Wendigo rite specifically for tribes, for packs, and they perform the rite of pack binding. It's nothing big. It's not a big deal. You just feel a little more confident with each other. It's not anything special. It's just a rite of pack binding.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Katana. Hey, man. I noticed you're hosting my stream today. Thanks a million, Katana. You are so welcome. Happy to host fellow streamers, especially guys from our clan. Okay.
Hi, Katana!
Yeah. And once you've found a pack, you can choose if you like a pack totem. But I know that most of you guys have your own specific totems, so it's not really a big deal.
Stag.
Yes, I know you are a follower of the stag. And now, if you ever see a stag spirit, you can communicate with it.
Yay!
Hey, all right. Now, have you guys decided where you would like to go? We can open a moon bridge to any of the steps that we have contact with, but it's up to you to decide. Do you have any leads? By the way, over the course of the day, actually, the news reports from regular news sources have basically confirmed that the bodies of 350 people have been found. The bodies have all been. They don't know. They're not saying anything special. All they know is that a very small town out in like Oklahoma farmland everyone seems to have died. Of course, like the military's like, no comment, no comment, no comment, no comment. Helicopters and drones are flying over. One house seems to have burned down, but other than that, the place just seems empty. And you're not getting any more info than that. And this is, of course, along with all of the other bad news that you're used to hearing. Opioid use in the countryside is on the rise. Small towns, Walmart is taking over the mom and pop places, and small town America is dying. Does this spell the end for the American dream or that kind of thing? You hear every news report has this kind of stuff.
Right. I mean, given the fact that an entire small town of people died in the Oklahoma farmland, that seems a good place to start.
Iceman was like, yes, but I don't know what you could do to help.
Maybe we should go see Father Tree?
Yes.
I remember many fucking moons ago, haha, no pun intended, that, what's it called? Someone told us to go see Father Tree. It was a tree spirit, I know that for a fact. And they were telling us to... It was... Fuck.
The oldest tree in the world you're talking of.
Fucking time ago. Oh, the one tree that was in Central Park saw something, and it was a bird flying west after the assassination attempt of Mother Teresa. That was it.
I suppose, yeah. You could ask the oldest tree. It is the oldest tree in the world. If anything knows what's going on about what was seen, then it might know. It knows what every other tree has seen, and it may remember. I cannot send you to the tree. I don't even know where it is, really. It's kept a pretty good secret by the Yoktena. But I can send you to their sept, and maybe they can help you. And maybe Vincent can help you.
That's probably a good idea.
I only know Vincent by name. I've never met him. I know he lives down there, and we've spoken on the... He mumbles something in Mohawk. And you guys, internet. Yeah, that thing.
Yeah,
because I mean, Icemoon Owl is a really old man. So just like all old men, he's like leans over to one of the young guys, and goes, "What the hell's that thing again?" Oh yeah, internet. we hooked him up with a laptop, and he's been like all over the place talking to shamans all over the world now.
Icemoon Howl has a fucking laptop. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's the best. Yeah, it's funny because all the other Wendigo are trying their best not to laugh. This is a moot. You can't disrespect elders at all at a moot. Like you have to, you have to sit there and mind your manners, and they're all doing their best not to laugh. It's a weird. One of them leans over and goes, "Yeah, bro, it's a weird world, man."
Yeah, I can imagine. It's a hell of an image that I have in my head now.
Ugh. So, where am I sending you?
To go see Vincent, I guess.
All right. I don't know where exactly to find Vincent. Does anybody else know him?
Fucking great.
I know he exists.
Killer.
Justin?
Yeah.
He's your contact.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
is he?
Oh.
Sorry, that was a little out of game nudge there. I kept because I gave him.
Well, to be fair,
It's been a
you
while.
just can kind of tend to like space out from time to time.
No, it's fine.
Just
It's fine. I put that in very early in the game. Just I gave him a contact whose name happened to be Vincent, who happened to live in the Southwest.
Yeah. Of course, once you guys are talking, like
Mm-hmm.
Diana looks up from her phone and is like, "Oh,
oh,
I
you're
know who he
that guy.
is. Oh, he's over. Oh, I believe New Mexico. New Mexico, I believe.
Then let's
you would know him.
fucking take a trip to Albuquerque.
Okay. Can you contact him in some way so I can get a little closer to find out which SEP to send you to?
Hold up, I'm just waiting for him to reply.
Okay. He's like, hey, what's up? Text message. What's up?
Yeah.
And he's like, holy crap,
Yeah,
what's going on?
Where you is, my man?
Can't really explain here. Where are you so that you can talk in person?
He's like, okay, just outside of Santa Fe. And I was like, okay, I know the place.
Okay, great.
Now,
Hope to see you
I'm
soon.
going to pull
Let's
up.
go.
I'm actually going to do myself a favor, which I was doing last time when I was planning this out. And I was pulled up Google Maps because it's a really neat area, the different places that you're going to. And I wanted to have it in front of me. Yep, it's really neat because you're going to go to New Mexico and then probably to California and that kind of thing. Google Maps, here we go. And it immediately tells me where I live, which I don't need to know because I know where I live. One would hope. Here we go. Santa Fe. Ding, ding, I had it memorized. Okay, so they performed the rite of the moon bridge, and I looked it up. While on a moon bridge, you travel at 1,000 times your normal speed.
Oh.
And I actually typed in walking to Santa Fe from Boston. And I don't remember the answer, but it was funny. It basically takes 6 hours to walk the moon bridge to Santa Fe from Boston. And you are going to...
I would say, once we hit the moon bridge, let's shift. It'll be faster.
Also, you have significantly more. You also have significantly more stamina.
Yeah, more stamina, faster speed.
Yeah.
Lupus.
Yeah, in Lupus form, you can maintain a speed of about double what a human can walk for like a solid hour per point of stamina. Without getting any penalties for tiredness. You're going to the Cuba Pueblo, which is just outside of, well, just an hour drive outside of Santa Fe, and it's like on the native land kind of thing.
Is it the? Hold on.
Kiwa Pueblo, slightly to the southwest of Santa Fe, down Highway 14.
Highway
KEWA.
14, okay.
South of Los Alamos.
Found it.
Yay, that's where you're going.
Cool.
And, okay, so about 3 hours in, a moon bridge, by the way, Dietrich, for anyone who's never been on one, is literally a glowing highway through the spirit world. It goes through the sky. It's like literally a giant bridge from one place to another. And while you're on it, you're like warp speed, basically. Stuff going past you.
The Rainbow Bridge that brings people to Asgard from Midgard?
Mm-hmm.
That's literally what this is.
Yep.
Okay.
Pretty much.
You're traveling down it, and you don't feel hunger, fatigue necessarily. I mean, if you run like a maniac, you probably will get out of breath, but time seems to work differently. When you get about 3 hours in, again, you don't really know much of what was going on either side, but it gets really cold. Like brutally cold, like in the minus 20, minus 30 range for about 20 minutes or so. Like you're actually running to keep warm at this point. And off in the distance, you hear sounds that are difficult to identify. Maybe you hear screams and yells, all kinds of things. Anyway, whatever it is, it's creepy and it's not something you're used to hearing in the Umbra. But you pass through it. You can't leave a moon bridge. It's not like you can look over the side. And you get to Key Pueblo, and a group of young Uctena are waiting for you. Young native people are waiting for you. It's dry. It's desert. They're sitting in a circle and around a small fire, and there's some scented herbs burning in the fire, and this is how they're keeping the portal open to the moon bridge. And when you land, or when you step through, you are welcomed. I am, a man comes forward. An old man, an old, very, very weathered shaman comes forward. He's leaning on an old staff, and he's wearing what look like Navajo style robes. Says, "This is Navajo land. You're all very welcome here." Vincent is on his way. He's driving down from Santa Fe. And he asked if we would, welcome you until he arrived.
Thank you.
Got it.
So you're invited in. You're given some lunch. He asks you how the journey went, of course, and what's going on, and have you heard any news?
Nothing in particular. One of the Fianna that was in, we were a Wendigo moot. I'm sure you've heard. One of the Fianna that lives there, very close friend of ours, Logan, was assassinated at the moot when he went to go speak up about something. He was about to say a bunch of stuff about why a bunch of lupus just up and fucking just left. And liquid silver bullet exploded right in his chest. And then, 20 seconds later, we heard the boom of the shot. So it was 2-3 miles away.
Come with me. I have something that I need to show you then. And he takes you out a little bit into the desert, away from the village, to a cemetery. And there are 3 freshly dug graves. Not like they've left buried, right? Obviously, it's not like they're not open,
right? Yeah,
but freshly marked graves. And those 3 were lupus, and we had 4 others who disappeared. The day they disappeared, or the day that they left, when I woke up, I found these 3 dead in their homes.
And I'm sure you've heard about the failed assassination attempt of Mother Larissa.
He smiles. That old bitch never gonna die.
Yeah, no. Never in a million.
You can tell by the smile that he's saying that with a lot of respect.
Yeah.
She's crazy. I love her.
She's fucking awesome. She came to my house in Boston, Tirnanog. And there was a little were coyote that jumped in front and saved her ass. It was pretty cool.
We knew her. Yes, she came to us first. We sent her to New York.
Yes.
She would not tell me what the problem was. She was very afraid.
Yes, well, she did make it to her destination just in time to catch the bullet meant for Mother Melissa.
Yeah,
Thank the fucking ancestors.
The Nuisha are less vulnerable to silver than we are.
Which explains why she was able to survive the shot.
Yup.
Nuisha have been, I won't say a problem, because the Nuisha are always a problem, but we have always had a peace with them, but they have been strange of late. You hear...
More like up in arms, or just skittish, paranoid
It is.
type of deal.
It is not the Nuisha's way to be up in arms, as you say. I've never seen one really fight. They're tricky, and they are, and they watch and they observe. But the way that they observe things, the way that they watch, I don't know. There has been an unease in the way they watch, in what they do and what they say, or more importantly, I guess, what they don't say. But don't listen to an old man like me. I spend too much time with the spirits. I don't really know how to talk to people much anymore. At this point, you hear.
It occurs.
At this point, you hear the sound of a car coming down the gravel road, and you look over and see an old, like 1970s Cadillac, brown, like the type of thing that some wise guy would drive in New York. It's like, you know, mafia type dude. It comes barreling through, honking its horn, and in front of it, a portal opens, and you see like this dude in, you know, black Ray-Bans with slick back, greasy black hair, literally throw a bag in front of his car, where it hits. This portal opens, and the car drives right through, and just heads like that way, like it disappears. And he goes, "That would be Vincent."
Why does that not surprise me?
Hang on a second. And he yells over to one of the young guys in Navajo, obviously, or some language that you don't understand. And the young guy comes over with a cell phone. He goes, "Oh yeah, I'll call him." And Diana, he's got the same kind of phone you do. I'll get a hold of him. So he calls him and goes, "Vincent, what gives, man?" And you hear like, "Okay, he's gonna give us, man, even I'm not sure about this kind of stuff." He looks at Diana and goes, "Oh, you got a phone like this too, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell him to send it to you." And so, at about a minute later, he says, "I'm gonna ping you a GPS location, and they're gonna send you there."
Uh-huh.
He says, "This place is top secret."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I feel real fucking special now.
Okay, so from here, and it doesn't take long, it literally takes about 10 minutes. And he pings you, Diana, a location that pops up on basically Spirit Maps. Spirit Maps, the spirit version of Google Maps.
Mm-hmm.
In a place called the White Mountains on the border of Nevada and California. Very close to Death Valley. In fact, it's in Death Valley National Park. And they say, "Yep, we can." He's placed a beacon, and he says, "Oh, by the way, here's a new app." And he sends you an app for your spirit phone.
Yep.
And it's called Moonbridge Beacon. And it, so you have time to look it over. You now have an app that allows you to create a beacon that can, you yourself cannot send a moon bridge from it, but a moon bridge can be sent to you.
Huh.
Up until then,
super fucking convenient.
well, up until then, basically the protecting spirits of a sept allowed a moon. They were like interceded with every year, and the bridges between septs were kept open by both septs basically, and they could open moon bridges for the year. And this they've turned that into a spiritual application for technology. You can now create your own sept location using the app wherever you gather with Garu. And so, if you're following along on Google Maps, you can go to Death Valley Junction, which is almost in a direct line west of Las Vegas, and into Death Valley National Park.
I am following along on Google Maps.
Sweet.
There you go.
So if you go to Las Vegas and then go directly west, maybe a hint north, right over the border into California, you will find Death Valley Junction.
Yep.
And just north of that, you're going to a place called Stovepipe Wells.
Just follow the highway north, I'm guessing.
Yep. Yep.
Hmm?
And you're in what's called the White Mountains in the Death Valley area. So it's hot, it's dry. There's Stovepipe Wells, Furnace Creek, Beatty Junction, a place called Skidoo. And
This place is fucking tiny.
yep. And you get there, and there's a wise guy, a New York wise guy, leaning on the hood of a beat up 1970s Cadillac. Shit brown.
Is it pink with gold trim?
No, it's shite brown. It's one of those monstrosities with the like 20-foot long hood.
Yep.
And he says, "All right, listen up. I am your shaman Vincent Cipicelli, and I'm here to help. But I ain't got a lot of time because the Rangers are playing the Bruins in 2 hours, and I got a dime riding on the game, and I got to be back in Vegas. So, let's go meet old man Tree, huh?"
Okay.
You're a shaman.
Hey, you're from Boston, right? I'm from Brooklyn. Who knew? The tree called, I answered, it's what we do. I'm not a shaman like you, though.
I'm not a fucking shaman to begin with.
Yeah, I'm not one of you, basically. I'm my own kind
Well,
of
she
shaman.
did say not like you.
Yeah, I'm my own kind of shaman. I am the Reverend Vincent Cipicelli, Speakers with Dreams.
Sure.
He's the party shaman.
Yeah.
He's a
Diana,
magician.
Diana, I need you to make. Yeah, I need you to make a roll. He's a dream speaker.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, you don't need to make a roll then, because you would. Yeah, it's something that you would know. Gra, he would not know. You've heard that
Yeah.
like magicians exist who can do like real magic, but they're ultra rare and like whatever. Maybe he's one of these guys. But anyway, he basically looks like a greasy New Yorker who comes up to Boston and tries to pretend he's in the mafia. He's a hoot though. He seems pretty cool though. So you pile into his car. He drives you out into the desert, which explains why his car is so damn beat up. Up a barely discernible goat track, and you get to the foot of a lonely sort of bare mountain, hill. Seriously, hill. Like not big mountain here. And you can see around it the evidence of what used to be, let's say, a mine from the 1800s. Like there's bits and pieces of old lumber that were used for like railway tracks going into the side of the mountain, but then of course it's all collapsed and everything, and you have a long climb up the side of the hill. He says the old man tree is up here. There used to be tons of them up there, but in the 1800s when they found silver in the hill, the guys needed shoring up, and so they cut down a bunch of them. They're bristlecone pines, oldest trees on Earth. Old man tree's 5,000 years old.
Holy shit.
Oldest tree in the world. So, I've been watching the news. You've been watching the news. I've been hearing little bits and tidbits of what's going on. Let's hope he has some answers. And you were. And so, oh, by the way, I know you guys can go into the spirit world. Until we're close to the tree, don't. This place is creepy dangerous.
Got it.
Like heebie-jeebies dangerous. So
Got it.
you're after an hour or so. It's a hot, dry trek up this hill. You're in basically Death Valley at this point. So 135 degrees in the shade.
Yep.
So you head up, and up on top are these bristlecone pines, these wizened, dead-looking old pine trees, and basically one little bit of the branch is still alive, and that's how they work. And so Vincent says, "Okay, listen, I can't go into the spirit world quite the same way you guys can, but so sit down here in a circle, and I'll introduce you to the tree." And so he breaks out. the Octana, they do this with the peace pipe stuff, but I never could get the taste of that. So I literally whips out a Marlboro, lights it, and just blows smoke rings. And the smoke rings extend around you guys, like till they're 8 feet wide. And then your perception sort of shift into the Umbra. It's not the same as when you go through. You actually go into the Umbra. You know that you're still in the real world, so it's just kind of your mind that's going in, your spirit that's going in. He said, this is how we do it. And in the Umbra, Vincent looks much different. He looks like he looks kind of like an old native shaman now. He's got feathers and the headdress, and he's got the robes and the the rattle and everything. And he says,
Does he still have a pair of Ray-Bans?
absolutely. So it turns out that when my family originally came over here from Italy 150 years ago, one of my grandfather's little things to do was to go up a state and fool around with a native girl. And that's where I came along, a couple of generations down. Yeah. So we never know who we are, right?
Yeah, I guess.
And it's the funniest thing I've ever seen, because he's got this big feathered headdress. He fucking looks like something out of the Village People at this point. And that, folks, was my one tribute to the great Richard Jenny, the Reverend Vincent Cipicelli. I had to squeeze him in somehow.
Can it please be known that as soon as I see him, I start like humming YMCA?
Oh my
and doing,
god!
like, the
Oh my
little
god!
hand movements?
Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, and oh my god! Your little friend is there, and
Yeah.
she's climbing the tree.
Oh hell yeah!
She's in the spirit world, and she's literally giggling, playing, and climbing on the tree. And welcome to the spirit world, and welcome to Old Man Tree. In the spirit world is this tree, and inside is sitting this very, very pleasant-looking spirit inside the tree. He doesn't actually look old. He looks quite young, because all trees look like children. And
Yep.
he's smiling. He loves the fact that this little ghost girl is climbing up and down all over his tree.
Awesome.
Yep. Well, the other thing that you immediately notice is, outside of a circle about, let's say, 50 feet wide, you can't see anything. It's like a wall of fog.
Huh.
You literally cannot see past
Got
it.
it.
And the tree speaks. And you know what? It's after 11. We're going to stop it here, and we're going to have the interview with the tree next session.
Yay!
Got it.
Yay.
Also,
But
as soon as you said like spirit tree in the spirit world, I can't stop thinking of Legend of Korra right now.
Yep.
Secret tunnel.
Yep.
Secret tunnel.
And-
Secret tunnel.
And next session, we start. Next
Yeah,
session
gems.
starts the horror survival arc, which is going to be a lot of fun.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Next time you start, please someone remind me, just on my phone, to have YMCA playing the whole time.
Absolutely. Okay, so I am going to post this onto YouTube like I always do. I want to thank everyone for joining. Please be along next week. I know we didn't get much done, but we did a lot of paperwork, which sometimes is important in a role-playing game.
Yes.
And we're ready to move on to the next section of the story. Okay, I'm going to cut the feed here. Bye-bye, guys. Yeah, of course I can.